Welcome back, everybody, to JOSBSN on the Jacko the Soccer Bro YouTube channel. We are back with another Sandy Nanner volleyball game, this time against their Week 1 opponents, Malik. In that first round, the Sandy Nanners lost 3-0. They lost every single game. Some of them were close contests, some of them not so much to the squad. Let's see how they can come back in this one, as that one's going to fly away there after Porter's touch and be a .1 for the Sandy Nanners here, winning the first point in this game here. A little bit of a change to the rotation in this one, as we have Jada starting off with the serve, and then Gavin second serve, Jack is third, Colin is there on the front right from here, Allison then back behind him, and then Max starting off in the middle spot, acting as a libero for this squad as it goes straight to Max there for Jack. He misses it. Jack this time has a chance to set, does it so for Gavin, but it's got to be behind him, not in a way where he can play it down, but he will find an empty patch of sand where Cody is not able to get to that one. And that throw is going to fly over Jada's head. Not exactly the tallest member of any of these squads on the court here. But Sandy Nanners are off and away early here, 2-0, as that serve flies straight to Cody, who does well to set this thing up for Porter, who loses the battle at the net with Gavin to make it a 3-0 lead early on in this one for the Sandy Nanners. The Malik squad looking a little out of place here in the early doors of this one here, as Jada gets another serve straight at Cody. He does well this time to send it over to Max. Max to Jack. Jack to Gavin, and it's going to fly over to the other side of the net where Porter is not able to deal with it. Sends that thing way over to Adam, who has no chance of making that recovery on that one. And Jada keeps her serve streak going in this one. There is a reason she is the #1 server in this matchup here, and this is why right here, as another serve flies over shallow into the middle, and Adam's kill attempt is not going to fall. Well, it will fall, but on the wrong side of the net there. And it's 5-0 early on already. A huge contrast to the way the Sandy Nanners started their season off, as that serve once again goes straight at Cody. And Porter just doesn't make a move for that one at the net. It's 6 already. This is better than the Nanners could have even thought of back when this game first got underway here. The serve once again flies straight at Cody. Have to wonder if that's intentional, as Jack manages to get a great touch over the net off of Max's block, and Colin finds an empty patch of sand to make it 7-0 already, which would be a third of the way to victory. However, these two teams are fans of the game volleyball itself, so they are choosing to play up to 25 in this one, as Porter gets a chance to kill it, and he plays a little tip game. Porter, you're 6'5", playing a tip game. Man, what you doing? The Sandy Nanners, mainly Jack and Gavin, are disappointed with that one there. But whatever it takes to win your first point of the game when you're down by 7 will fall, as Max ends up sending that thing straight over to Ava. And it's going to go over the block of both Jack and Colin from the tip on Adam. The tip game working now for the Malik squad here. Maybe starting to turn things around here, turn their fortunes around as they score 2 points in a row consecutively here. Mason is server at the start here to send this one straight over to Jada. Jack sets this thing up for Gavin, but it's going to fall on the other side of the net and land, catching Porter sleeping a little bit there to get Gavin his first batch of serves in the Sandy Nanners shirt, or cutoff in his case, for tonight's game. This was going to fly into the middle. Ava is there to get to it, and Jack and Colin both go up for it. Not sure who got there, and this time it's Jada who gets caught sleeping in the back row, as you hear some wake-ups being yelled on the court. You can't even tell who yelled that one. But it is still a 5-point game here, as Adam sends this thing straight at Jada. Jada is staying busy in the back row in this one. Gavin's going to send this thing up over to Porter. Porter sets it up for Cody. Cody, who hits it into Jack's block, and it's going to fall down out of bounds. Last touch by Jack. Cody winning that battle there, despite the height difference. That is possessed between the two of them there. That made perfect sense. And it is up double or nothing scenario here, as Max does well to get up to that one, but it is going to fall out of bounds here. I spoke a little bit too soon there, as Adam keeps his serve streak going here. Adam is a very good server. It is well known around the league here, as Jack sends that thing straight over after Jada's return. It gets set up for Porter, who goes backwards with it, and Jada once again gets caught too far back, too deep in the sand for the Sandy Nanners here, and it's a 2-point game already after that 7-0 lead that the Sandy Nanners put on early here. Adam sending it to Max straight again. Allison does well to recover that one. Jada sends it over to Ava. Porter gets a chance to kill it, and he sends this thing far. Jada's lack of height coming in clutch there to make it 9-6 and giving Jack his first run of serves. No longer at the 1 spot is he in this lineup. Let's see how that changes things here as he gets his first serve. That looks like it's going to be out of bounds, and it indeed is. An uncharacteristic first miss there from him in this one, but the score still remains a Sandy Nanner lead here, 9-7. But still, you don't want to be missing your serves like that. As Gavin does well to recover that thing, sets it up for Jada. Jada goes up to Allison. Cody's block attempt is not going to work. Malik manages to get a rough hit on it, and Cody's recovery does not fall into healthy and safe hands for the Malik team. And it is a 3-point game here, as now we have Colin getting his first run of serves here in the back, as the Sandy Nanner squad is inverted from the way that they started with their... So in case you haven't noticed, they used to run with the two women on the squad opposite each other. Now they're running with just Max in the middle here. This is to try and build up stronger leads at the start of games here, which you saw working as Max gets a great kill there. You saw it working early with that 7-0 lead that they had when they were running a Gavin, Jack, Colin front three here. But it leads to some potential weaknesses in the back half here once those three are away from the net. And it's just Max left to fend for himself as he loses that battle with Porter, and Jada just catches the ball. I'm not sure if she had much of an option to hit that thing or catch it regardless. That thing was hit at her with some pace. But it is going to be a point for the Malik team regardless in that one, as it remains a 3-point difference in here. Jack sends this thing up for Colin. Colin sends this up for Max, and it's... What happened there? Both teams are celebrating like they won the point. Who actually did? Let's take this thing into replay here. Hang on a second. VAR is coming out. Malik touched that with the back of his heel. The Sandy Nanners got caught celebrating too early after Malik's touch off the back of his heel went completely unnoticed by them. I believe the call on the field, or the court I should say, was to replay the point, and ball does lie apparently as Max ends up winning the point for the Sandy Nanners here. But that should be a point for the Malik team here. It should be 11-9 right now for the Sandy Nanners, but 12-8 it is, as that serve from Allison is going to fall short. And Cody gets his first batch of serves here as 12-9 is the score. That time the ball didn't lie. Let's see what KP can do with this one here. Overhand floater down to Colin, and Colin just lets it fall there. A little bit of a miscommunication probably between Colin and Jada to make it a 2-point game in this one as Cody gets another serve here. This time Colin is there for it. Jada sets this thing up for Max. Max has to stretch to get there, and he does. Mason does well to keep it alive. Sends that thing over off of Max's block. Is just out of touch, and Jada, I'm not quite so sure what that was from her, but the point will fall for the Malik team regardless. I can speak basic English. Cody gets another serve here, continuing his consistency, sending that thing straight to Colin. Porter gets caught lacking, but his length helps make up for it. 1-2 there between... Oh, never mind. Gavin is the one who ends up sending that thing over. Allison calls Colin away from that one. Max sets it up for Gavin. Gavin does not get up over on top of it, but Cody is not able to recover it anyway. A great spot there from Gavin into that back corner to leave Cody basically helpless as that ball came flying towards him with pace. And Max now, the last server on the Sandy Nanner squad, will get his first batch here. Sending this one shallow for Adam, who does well to get their little 1-2 play, and Adam hits that thing down hard into the net there. No chance for any Sandy Nanners to recover that one, and Jada is certainly not of the height makeup to get a block on Adam on that one. Good point there, to no fault of anybody. Colin does well to get that one, and Jack finds a spot on the line there. Just barely on the line to keep it a 2-point lead for the Sandy Nanners. And we are back to the original rotation here with Jada getting her second set of serves in this one already. Another high flyer straight at Cody. It almost feels like he's the target of this one as Adam gets a chance to kill it. Sends it over to Jada instead. Gavin tries to set this thing up, but he goes over to the far side where Jack has the chance to recover that one off the net. Adam does well to save it. I believe that was Adam. Allison to Max. Max sends the thing straight over to Cody. To Ava. Adam again here. Adam gets blocked by Jack. It's still alive, though, as Jack gets this one down into the sand. Busy, active play at the net there from him to make it a 15-12 game in this one here, as Jada gets another chance to keep serving in this one. Just going to fly once again at Cody. It has to be targeted. There's no way it's not targeted. This one's going to fly for Jack, who goes up with the left hand. Not enough pace behind it there. Malik hits it off the ground. Jack sets this thing up for Colin, who kills it there. Perfect play from the Sandy Nanners there. Nice little trio. Let's see the on-field cam. This is new this week.
I got it. Okay. Oh!
Getting a little bit of mic'd up action down on the court in this one here with the body cam that Jack O is sporting in the 16-12 contest as we are entering in the third and final stage of this game here As Jada's serve goes, Malik steps in front of Cody to get that one, and Adam gets caught lacking a little bit there. Mason has a chance to send it over. Colin does well to get there. Malik saves it, and that one's going to fly out of bounds, filled with a bunch of leave calls from, I'm assuming, Jack and Gavin, the two that say that more than anybody else, more likely than not, because of their goalkeeping experience in other sports. What other sports have goalkeeping, you could ask? Well, soccer, obviously. This is a soccer team, basically, on a volleyball court here with... when their full squad is out, I should say. Adam gets a chance to kill this one here. Max does well to get there. Gavin gets a foot to it, but Jack's not able to get a hand up on that one. So when this squad is in its full form, when it was with all of their starters playing, Allison and Ella, we're going to say, are pretty interchangeable here in this one. But Ella, Jack, and Gavin are all goalkeepers in their respective high school sports careers. Gavin was... I got distracted there by the play there. I was already talking about Gavin as Max sends the thing short, but Jack is there to get to it. Gavin was a keeper, Jack was a keeper, Ella was a keeper. Max also played soccer, and Colin also played soccer. They were both defenders. So that's 5 out of the 6 potential players on the Sandy Nanner roster in this one that had soccer experience at some point or another throughout their high school career. A little 1-2 here for Porter, who sends that thing flying out of bounds. As Gavin's hard style, whatever you want to call that, is back and in full effect here once again, as it should be. He deserves it. He spent so much time building that physique. He deserves to have that music play whenever he walks somewhere. Once again, basic English is failing me in this one up in the commentary booth here. And I stopped paying attention to the score, and all of a sudden it's 19-13 here. Colin's going to back set this thing. It's going to fly over the net. Adam gets a chance to kill it off Max's head. Gavin is not able to recover it. What a touch from Max, though. Obviously unintentional. I don't think you want to hit a hard spike like that off of your noggin, but he does well to keep it alive. Jada also got a good touch to it, but Gavin just simply could not handle the heat off of that one from Adam. A great point there here for the Malik team. Adam was trying to serve that one before Porter even got back into the sand. Have some respect for your teammate as Jada sends that thing over. Gavin is there for Colin, who hits that thing down backwards. It's well recovered by Porter. Porter has a chance to hit it up, and Colin is more than equal to it. Reading the play perfectly there, 20-14. It's a 6-point game in this one once again here. That first half of the Sandy Nanner rotation, building up a nice point buffer in this one here to set up a good last potential 5 points for the Sandy Nanners to claim victory here, as Porter's going to send this one just barely out of bounds here as Jack gets another serve in this one. He missed his first one early on, but that last one was much better, much more on form from him there, as that one is going to hit hard at Mason, who does not return that one well. Great serve from Jack to make it a 22-14 game. 8 points is the difference in this one, and you've got to think that the teams could already, hey, don't want to say this, but they could be looking to game 2 already in this one. Another serve from Jack, this time to Malik. Malik does well to get there. Mason sets this thing up for Adam, who does not make it over to the other side of the court there. Porter has to get there. A little bit of a body cam play here. Let's see what these serves look like from a POV shot.
22-14. Let's go.
Not much to be seen there on the serve itself, but it is always nice to get a little insight into what the players are seeing down there on the sand. What a serve from Jack. That's going to be an ace, splitting the difference between Porter and Mason in the middle there, and it is a 1 point from victory type of game in this one here for the Sandy Nanners, as Jack is serving the ball here. At this point, with the way the last few games have been going for him, you have to assume he's going to go for a jump serve here on game point with a 10-point lead. He is indeed. It's going to fly, and it's going to fly out of bounds. Mason does well to leave that one there, and 1 point will fall back to the Malik squad. 24-15 as Ava gets a chance to serve here for the opposing team in this one. Not sure what the conversation on the court is about there, but that one's going to fly over to Jack. Jack does well to set that thing up for Colin. Allison calls him off, though, and Colin has a chance to win the game right here. Cody keeps it alive, and it will fall. Game point for the Sandy Nanners there. 25-15 being the score in this one early on. That's the end of game 1, I should say, as the Sandy Nanners managed to take a game off of the Malik squad here, contrary to their 3-0 defeat earlier on in this one. Let's see what game 2 can bring here. 25-15 is a great result for the Nanners as well. You have to hope that they can keep that going here and potentially do a little bit of a reverse sweep type of thing as Colin gets a perfect kill on that one. Once again, Max, Jack, Colin working in effect there. That's just textbook simple volleyball there from the three of them.
It's too easy.
As you can hear the mic'd up Jack on the court there saying that that's too easy. Come on, man, that's too easy. 1-0 early on in this one. Porter gets set up with it. He's going to tip it over. Gavin is more than equal to it. A quick one there for Colin, who gets well read by Adam. This time, Adam's going to send it over to Max. Jack this time switching field over to Gavin, but it's going to fall on the other side of the net once again there. He's having some trouble setting it to that right side of the court, and it's going to fall just barely out of bounds there from Porter's tip to make it 2-0 for the Sandy Nanners, who once again look like they could go out to a little bit of an early run in this one, very similar to game one, especially if Jada's serves continue to be that consistent there, targeting that left center side every single time. Colin does well to get down to that one to send it over, and Adam cannot recover there. It's 3-0. 3-0, Jada already getting her 4th serve of game 2, and this one here. Very consistent serves from Jada, and that's all you can ask for from your lead server in this type of game. It's going to fall once again, that left center side. Malik this time, it gets to it. Porter has a chance to kill it, sends this thing over to Jada instead. Max now goes up to Gavin with it, and Gavin hits this thing down. Malik is equal to it. Cody is going to send this thing far over. Max has time to get under it. Jack goes to Gavin, and Gavin does not have a... Gavin gets the block on that one, though. It doesn't matter how bad the set and kill attempt was there between Jack and Gavin, but Gavin will land the block and land the point for the Sandy Nanners after, honestly, probably some of the tamest volleyball we've seen from these two sides the whole game. As this time it's going to get sent over to Cody. And Porter's going to have to back bump that thing over. Jack's going to set this thing up for Colin, and Colin is going to land. Oh, he's not going to. Malik gets a great touch on that one. This time Jack gets up for it. Great play back there as Colin gets the block. I can't keep up with this game with my commentary. That was a great dig from Malik to send that thing over to Adam, who also keeps it alive for Mason to send it over to the Sandy Nanners side of the court. Unfortunately for them, the point just does not land as Colin gets a great block to win the point for the Sandy Nanners here. As that serve from Jada will fly out of bounds. All streaks have to come to an end. That was a great run to start the game regardless from her, as the score is 5-1 in this one early on in the first phase of game 2 in, I don't know where I was going with in what, as Max is there for that one. Colin's going to send this thing out for Jack, who has to backwards bump that thing over. It will fall. Allison is there. Jack goes for a little bit of a back set to Gavin, and this time it's going to send far by Malik, and Max's bump is not equal to that distance on the bump. Yeah, set, I believe that was, from Malik there to make it 5-2. And potentially give Malik's team a little bit of an opportunity to come back in this one here. Porter sets this thing up for Mason. A little 1-2 there between them. It's going to fly over. Porter this time gets a chance to hit it, and it's going to fall out of bounds. But Jada just barely got fingertips to that one. You don't want... I would never... Okay, I wouldn't say this often, but if Jada was just an inch shorter on that one, the point would have been for the Sandy Nanners there. But obviously, she wants probably at this point all the height she can get. Bullying is not okay, everybody. Don't listen to me. Unless it's about short people. As Colin is going to land at that point there for the Sandy Nanners. They're off of the set from Jack. Once again, that little 1-2 play between the two of them has been working very well so far. Porter gets a play up at the net, and Colin is there once again to be just the bigger, stronger guy at the net between the two of them to make it a 7-3 game for the Sandy Nanners. See what Gavin can do with his serves here. He's also been very consistent so far this season. That's why he is in the spot that he is in to start the games. As Max has a chance, and it's off camera. Not sure what happened there, but the point will fall for Malik's team regardless there after Jada's bump goes way back court. QB1 there from Gavin. Okay, I see you. Good toss. As Mason serve, because it's going to be up and over to Gavin. Gavin as well to set this thing up for Colin, but Allison calls him off and catches Cody sleeping there. Cody's sleeping on that one as Allison sends it over to the surprise of probably everybody on the court. But a point is a point. Sandy Nanners will take that whenever they can. 8-4. Game 1 had the same score here as Cody gets one fist to that one and manages to score a point on that one. Okay, sure, Cody, you do your thing. You do your thing. As 8-5 is the score in this one. I don't remember if that's how Game 1 also went or if Game 1 went 9-4. It doesn't matter. This is Game 2. This is different as Porter's serve is put in a great spot there where Jada is just not quite long enough to get to. Okay, we got two QB1s on the court here with Jack and Gavin. They're throwing it over to the other side. Porter serve this time is going to go over to Jack. Jack sets this thing up for Allison. Allison sets it up for Colin, who off of the block of Cody will fall out of bounds for a Sandy Nanner point there. Cody managed to pull that exact move on Jack earlier on in this one, and this time that move gets pulled on him to make it a 3-point game. A 3-point lead, I should say, for the Sandy Nanners here. As Colin gets another batch of serves in this one. Sends it over to Ayo. Ayo goes to Malik. Malik goes far with it. Colin does well to get a hand to it, but Jack is not able to keep that one up out of the sand here. We'll see the body cam shot on that one. Straight into the sand he goes there. Got to wipe that lens off a little bit. You know, keep that thing clean for the other shots that we're going to see later on in this one here. 9-7 is the score. As who's serving? Ava's serving here. Gavin does not go for that one. It's going to fall. An ace for Ava. Ace for Ava. That's good. Nice alliteration there. 9-8. It's a 1-point game. It is back to being close in this one. Jack ends up sliding up more into the middle. Doesn't need to because it's going to go over for Colin. And then Max is able to kill that one there. Good return by Colin and great kill by Max to win the point for the Nanners here. And that one is Cody was not equal to it up at the net there. 10-8. Now as who's serving over? That is Allison, I do believe, serving now for the Sandy Nanners. Can she land this one over? Not quite. It's going to fall into the net and be just short to keep it a 1-point game in this one here as Malik is up to serve. We know he's got a hammer of a serve, and that one's going to fall on the line there to the dismay of Jack. You can see him sending a look over to the other side and just say, man. Good toss by him, though, to send that thing back over. What a serve by Malik. Oh, what a serve again. This time into the net and down. He can pick out the far side of the court. He can pick out just on the other side of the net. This time it's going to fly. This time it will be out of bounds there. Good call by Allison to Jack to leave that one alone. And we have a tie game at 11. It's 11-11, everybody. Make a wish. I wish that this game will keep going because this is a close one here between these two teams. Max with a great serve now. He gets an ace of his own to bring the lead back into the Sandy Nanner possession here. Battle of the servers right now in this one here. There's some friendly banter going on between the Malik side of the court. And where was that throw going? Pretty sure that was Malik throwing that one. Where was he aiming as he walks back into frame here? Can Max cook up another beauty of a serve here? Oh, he sure can. And another one falls down between Ava and Malik here. 13-11. Let Max hit those serves every single time. What can he do with this one now? Oh, and it's going to fall just outwards, yes, just outside of the court there. A very similar placement to his other two serves, but this time he puts just a little bit too much ketchup on that burger and it will fly out of bounds. Colin does well to get up to that one, and Jack puts up a back set and it's going to fall for Malik, who makes a great dig to get there. I'm like 3 seconds behind in the commentary here as the point will land for the Sandy Nanners here. I got to stop trying to talk over every single touch that happens because if I keep doing that, then there's no chance I have to keep up in this one. Sandy Nanner point, though, is a Sandy Nanner point regardless. 14-12 as Jada gets another batch of serves in this one. This is going to fly into the middle for Malik to get to, and his touch puts Cody in a rough spot there, and as much as we like to blame Cody for things here, we have to say that point might just not be his fault this time around. And the 3-point lead is back for the Sandy Nanners here as Jada gets to keep serving. And if you're a Sandy Nanner fan, the more you see Jada serving, the happier you are as a fan because it is almost always going to be a good result for your team. As this one goes over to Cody, who sends it over into a tough spot for Porter to get to, but Malik is there to send it over. Jack sets the thing up for Colin, who gets blocked by Adam, but it's going to fall out of bounds there. Honestly, that's a play, though, if you're Colin, because you can just hit the ball hard enough that even if he goes into a block, it's going to fly out of bounds anyway. It's a guaranteed point, whether it be in the sand off of your own touch or somebody else's. Point's a point. 16-12 as Jada sends this thing up for Malik to get to. Mason sends it over for Adam, who gets the block by Colin, but it's not enough. Max does well to keep that thing up alive, and Cody with a little bit of a camera dig there. And Jada ends up letting that one fall out of bounds to make it a 5-point lead here in this one with, how many points is that? 7 points to go for victory in this one. Serve is up from Jada here. Ava does well to get there, set this thing up for Mason. Mason pulls a cheeky little back set over. And Jack's set attempt for Colin is going to be absolute dime for Adam to send down into the sand there. A bad set from Jack will lose the point for the Sandy Nanners and create a 4-point game here as Adam is up to serve. Max does well to get to that one. And oh, there's miscommunication between Gavin and Jada there to make it a... Did the score update or not? I can't tell. I think it did. I think the 3-point game is accurate here. Yeah, those miscommunications have been, for the most part, ironed out, but obviously there's still some stuff that's going to happen as Jack tries to find that sideline there, but Adam is more than equal to it, and Colin does well to move all the way over to the other side of the court as Porter gets a chance here. He tips it up, and Gavin loses the battle to the net, with the net. And how many times does Colin need to hit the ball before it goes over to the other side of the court? Who knows? 17-15. It's a 2-point game here. Adam going on a bit of a run here. Jada does well to send that thing over. Porter with a chance now, and it's going to fall, and Jada gets caught too deep once again. It's a 1-point game. Just like that, from 17-12 to 17-16. That's how quickly points can change. That's how quickly the lead can leave you in volleyball, especially with teams like this. Ooh, a nice little back set there from Jack. Jada does well to send that thing over from Porter, who goes back to it. It's just tennis at this point, and Ava calms the play down here. Porter sends this thing over to Allison. Allison does well. Jack and Porter battling at the net, still battling. Jack gets the block, and the point will fall for the Sandy Nanners to build up a 2-point lead once again here. Any lead is vital at this stage of the game here as we enter in the final third here. 18-16 being the score in this one as Gavin is up to serve. A strong part of the serving rotation for the Sandy Nanners is up in this one. What can Gavin do with it here? He's going to send this thing over to Cody. Malik ends up cutting him off. Probably a smart idea, and that point will fall after Porter's little back touch lands in the sand, splitting the difference between Max and Allison there. As Mason now gets a chance to serve. We know he's not exactly the most dangerous server on the team, but he certainly has some nice consistency there. Sending this one over to Jada. Jada has to stretch to get there, and Jack is not able to recover to that one. It's a tie game. Just like that, we have a tie game at 18 apiece. 18 all in this one. As Mason's serve is up once again over to Jada. Jada gets to this one. Colin sends this thing out for Max. Max just has to send that thing over. It's a free ball that Adam deals with, and Malik has a chance to kill it, but it will fly out of bounds here. Not quite getting just over the ball enough is Malik on that one, and the point will fall for the Sandy Nanners, and the lead will go back into their hands here as Jack is up to serve in this one. What can he cook up here? And that's gonna fall into the net. It was close off the serve. I wasn't sure where it was gonna go, but it is a tie game once again here. The Sandy Nanners cannot be missing serves in key situations like that here. As Porter sends this thing over to Jack. Jack is equal to it. Send that thing over. It's not over. Colin does not make the play up at the net there, and the point will fall for the Malik team to give them their first lead in... This might be like their first lead of the game here in this one. I'm honestly not too sure as that one's going to fly over from Jada's touch. Malik sends that thing there. Gavin is equal to it. It's a free ball for Jack to get over. He does well to stay calm, and Malik gives a chance to kill it, and Max loses the battle to the net very similarly to the way Gavin did earlier on in this one. And it is now a 2-point lead for Malik and company in this one as we are 4 points away from victory for Malik's team here. Gavin is equal to that one. Allison and Jada is just not able to get the touch needed. It's a 3-point game with a 3-point margin to victory here. Bit of a collapse now from the Sandy Nanners. They had a 5-point lead and 17 points. As that one's going to be an ace from Porter. Jada just doesn't make a play on the ball, maybe thinking Jack was going to get there. Absolute collapse right now from your Sandy Nanners as Porter's serve is up once again. This time Gavin is able to get there. Colin sends that thing over. And this time nobody on the Malik team went for it to make it a 20-23 game here. Colin is a very consistent server for the Sandy Nanners. They certainly hope to see that consistency continuing here as his serve is up, and it's going to fall over to Mason, who does well to send that thing up for Ava. Ava goes to Malik with it off the block from Max, and it's just not recoverable from either Jack or Gavin. I think Jack got a touch on that just sent it away from Gavin. Let's see the footage here in this one.
Love it.
Where you redirected away from me. We both dove.
Not sure how well you could hear that there, but a quote from Gavin saying, "You did the thing where you redirected it away from me," came from him. So clearly Jack must have gotten a touch there to just send that thing away from Gavin in this one. As Cody's attempt to send that thing over and potentially kill the game does not fall, and Allison gets a chance to serve 21-24 in this one. If there's a time to get a serve to land in if there's a time to get a serve over the net from her in this one, this is the time. 21-24. It's up. It's gonna fall over the net. Cody is there for it, and Jada just gets caught asleep at the net, and the win will go to Malik's team. 1-1 is the score now, all in all, on aggregate, as we go into the final game here. Oh, the Sandy Nanners had a massive fumble there at the end of that game, with momentum pointing toward the Malik team's direction here. How can the Sandy Nanners pull this one back as Jada's serve goes over to Malik? Mason set this thing up for Adam. Adam goes to Max. Max does well to pass that thing over to Jack, to Colin, and Malik is equal to it. And this time, if you hit the ball at one person enough times, eventually they're just not going to be able to get there. That being the case with Malik being left struggling after Colin's kill attempt was saved by him. And the point will go for the Sandy Nanners here. Over to Adam once again. This time it's into the net, but wow. Wow, what a touch from Colin to send that thing over to the other side of the net. I have no idea how he got that angle, but it left Porter in a very difficult spot to deal with that ball. Jada's serve once again here will fall shallow side, and Porter has a free kill on that one there, and catches Jada at the back of the court to make it a 2-1 game here. Okay, Cody, we see you. We see you. What can he do with his serve here? At least he made it over the net, though. You can't be calling out the camera and then not serving it accurately. This one's going to fly up for Porter to get a kill on, but Gavin is going to block it, and Porter gets another touch, but it's just not enough to get up over the net there. And Gavin will now get a chance to serve in this one for the Sandy Nanners. 3-1 being the score early on in this one. What can Gavin do? He's been very consistent with his serves today, and Porter is going to get blocked up at the net by Jack there. A little bit of uncertainty in my voice as to whether that one was going to fall on which side of the court or not. But the point will fall for the Sandy Nanners there. Porter gets, and that's illegal. They're going to have to run that one back here. 4-1 is the score here. As much as these two teams like to bully Porter for his lack of net play in this one, he hasn't been set up the greatest either. He's had to kind of fade away from the net a lot of times. And this time, of course, as I'm talking about Porter not being the greatest player at the net today, he wins a point there. The block from Jack just not strong enough to keep Porter's attempt on the opposite side of the court here. As the score is 4-2 with Adam up to serve here, sending this one over to Jada. Jada as well to get that thing up for Colin, who finds a nice spot in the sand in the middle of everybody on the court for Malik's team. And it is a 5-2 lead here. 3 points, seemingly a very common lead the Sandy Nanners have had. Let's see if they can actually manage to keep it this time. This serve from Jack will fly over to Adam. Adam to Ava. Ava goes up to Porter. Porter gets it over, but Gavin is more than equal to it. And Max now, it's a little bit of a sneaky attempt there. Max has a chance to block Porter now, and he does. The one-handed block there for Max being all it takes to keep that thing in the opposite side of the sand here. 6-2 is the score in this one. Jack is up to serve once again here, and that's going to fly just out of bounds. 6-3 now is the score. 6'3", being the height of legitimately half of the members of the Sandy Nanner squad here. A very tall team, might just be the tallest team in the league. As Mason's serve is up, Jada is going to be there. Jada is very equal to it. Allison sends this thing just not quite up over. Colin gets a touch. That was over. Colin managed to send that thing over. I have no idea how. Max now once again manages to beat Porter at the net here out of nowhere. That ball was in the air for what felt like years after Colin's touch. I still have no idea how he managed to send that thing over the net here in this one, but 7-3 is the score here. I'm not sure what the conversation on the court is about right now, but Colin's serve is going to be up and underway. He goes for a jumper here, targeting Cody. Cody does well to get that one. Malik sends it over. Little 1-2 there between the women of the Sandy Nanner team. It's going to fly over. Malik gets set up on that one, but Colin is more than equal to it. Max has to cut off Allison, and Cody does not keep it alive here. He was in a tough spot with that one regardless here, and it's now a 5-point lead for the Sandy Nanners early on. Good touch, Colin. We see you. Us soccer guys respect a good touch like that whenever we see one. As he manages to keep a serve here. Does he go for another jumper? He does. And AO is not able to get to that one. If you're going to hit jump serves like that, keep jumping them. 9-3 is the score in this one. Does he go for it again? He does. This time over to Cody. Cody sends that thing flying far, and it will hit the line, to the disappointment of Colin. It was written on his face on that one. Cody managed to get lucky and find the line after Colin's serve there. The jumper is working from him today, though. That might be something to look forward to in the future. Porter's serve goes over to Jack. Jack to Jada. Max has a tough chance on that one, and he does not hit it over there. His bump not putting enough power to send that thing over. 9-5 is the score in this one as Porter gets the serve once again here. This time it goes over to Gavin. Gavin as well to get under that one. Jada goes to Max. Max this time gets the bump over. But Porter is there and equal to it in the back row. Allison up for Max. Max gets blocked, but he manages to pick it back up and pick out a great spot of the court to put it in. Ava just simply not long enough to find that ball and keep it alive for her team members there. 10-5 is the score in this one here, as I do believe it is Allison's chance to serve again in this one. And this time it will fall just short again. I gotta grab some water here. I've been talking for a long time, and it's 10-6 in this one as Ava is up to serve now. Porter sets this thing up for Cody. Cody goes over to AO, and AO manages to land the kill, the block creating off of Max's elbow there and flying way out of bounds. Ava's up to serve. Colin, wake up! Colin's there on that one. Jack managed to get that to Gavin. Gavin managed to send it over. This time it flies out back to Colin. Mason is more than ready for that attempt, though. Allison with the one-handed attempt. Jack just has to desperately send that thing in for Malik, who kills that thing down. Great pass from Jack to tee up Malik on that one. Not sure he could have done much else, though, with the setup he was given there. And we're all of a sudden back to a 2-point game in this one. Ava is still serving here, as the battle at the net between Max and Adam will fall in Max's direction. Cody sends this thing over to Colin. Max is up for Gavin. Gavin has a chance. He sends it far to Ava. Malik now will send it over to the block by Gavin. Malik keeps it alive, and Cody sends it over. Great play from Malik there, and this time Gavin will win the battle at the net, but it will fall just beyond the confines of the court here. Just outside of the line there. 10-9 now as Ava keeps the streak going for her, sending this thing over to Allison. Colin sends this thing far. Ava once again is there for that one. And the battle at the net is won by Max, even though he didn't really have any competition from anybody on the other side here, as this lead is now at 2 points for the Sandy Nanners, 11-9 in this one. Let's see if Max can keep serving like he was in game 2 here. He sends this thing over to Porter. Porter to Malik. Malik goes straight over, and Allison lets that thing fall over her head there. Once again, I'm not sure what the conversation on the court is about here. I have my volume turned up all the way here, but I still cannot decipher the conversation on these ones. Malik's serve is going to be up. A hard serve off the net, and Max with a little bit of a camera dive there. That ball was on the ground before he left his feet. Great serve from Malik, though, regardless. That's his second one he's had that I remember going straight off the net and down. Tie game at 11. Colin manages to get some great hands to that one. Gavin has a chance to kill it. Malik is equal to it, sending it over. This time Gavin tries to play it a little bit shorter. He does. That one gets blocked by Jack after Cody's spike attempt does not put much spike in that attempt, and the lead will be back with the Sandy Nanners here in this one. They managed to hold on to leads, but they've been very tight games regardless here up until the very end. Ava does well to set this thing up for Cody, and Adam sends that thing over after the net touch. Jack tries to find an empty spot as and instead finds Cody, and Adam's kill attempt will fall. The block attempt from Jack is too far aligned to the left, and Adam gets a free kill on that one there, as Cody has no hands after Jada's toss over to him. Great throw. No hands on the catch from Cody. 12-12. Tie game in this one. What can Cody do with his serve here? Allison ends up getting that one. Jack goes up to Colin with it, and Colin will land the kill once again here. They got to keep with that. Those the fundamentals right there are what has been working for the Sandy Nanners here. Just giving Colin sets at the net has been the game plan, and when they achieve that game plan, it works. Adam has a chance now, but it gets blocked by Colin. Max is there, over to Allison. Allison goes up for Colin, who kills that thing again. Like I was saying, once again, all you got to do is just give Colin great plays like that at the net. Simple 1-2-3 basketball there. Back row, set, spike. Easy stuff. And it is a 2-point lead once again for the Sandy Nanners. Adam now with a chance to kill it. Jada does really well to take that one. And Colin will land the point once again here. All credit on that one, for my opinion, goes to Jada. She does amazing to keep that thing out of the sand after Adam's kill attempt. We know he knows how to hit the ball, as Gavin will send this thing over to Porter. It goes straight back to Gavin. This time Colin has a chance to set, sends it over to the other side instead here. Porter now will send this thing far, just over the block of Jack and just over Jada. And then, finally, after two other people, just over the out-of-bounds line. And all of a sudden, we have a 4-point lead here for the Sandy Nanners. It's 16-12 here in this one. Let's see what Gavin can do here, sending this thing over to Cody. Cody sends this thing straight over to Gavin once again. Jada calls that one up for Jack, and Jack is going to send this thing up over Porter. Mason now for the far side to Adam. Adam does well to send this thing up for Max. Colin goes backwards and manages to hit it directly at Porter. Not much he can do with the pace that ball was hit at. 17-12 now is the score in this one. We saw 17-12 last game. It certainly didn't end well. Let's see if the Sandy Nanners can make it work this time, as Mason sends this thing over, as Colin manages to get to that one, and oh, it's going to hit the line. It's going to hit the line here. 18-12. It's a 6-point game now in this one, with 7 points to go for victory for the Sandy Nanners here. Win this game, you win the week. You win this game, you win 3 points. You lose this game, you only take 1 point out of it. So this is very important there, as Jada gets caught behind on that one, as Mason pulls a great little sneaky set to send that thing over and win the point for Malik's team here, as Adam is up to serve now. Battle at the net there between Colin and Porter is won by Colin. This time Porter gets there. Jada does well to keep that thing up, and Colin gets a second touch to it, but Jack's third attempt is not going to be enough to send that thing over. 18-14. Maybe another impending collapse here, as that serve is going to be rocketed into the net from Adam. If that was going to be over, that was going to be a point almost guaranteed from him, but it is 19-14 in this one here. Jack's up to serve here. He certainly doesn't want to send this thing into the net like he did last game. He won't. He'll send this thing straight over to Malik instead. Porter goes up for Mason, who gets blocked by Max. What a touch by Porter. Cody has a free, and he... Oh my, Cody. Cody. Oh no. Porter with an amazing touch off of his foot there to give Cody the freest pass of the day, and he skies it. What a point for the Nanners there. Unfortunate there by Porter. All of his work goes away from his relative, and this time Porter sends this thing not quite over. I was going to say he sends it over, but he doesn't. 21-14. They're a nice little volley from Porter, though, to send that thing into Jack's hands. You see, the soccer players like me, we respect that, all right? That's nice from him. 21-14 now in this one. Malik sends this thing up for Ava. Ava goes up for Porter. Porter taps this thing far side. Jack is there for it for Colin, and this time Ava is there instead. Porter once again getting the third and final touch here. Jada keeps that thing alive. It's a little bit of a scramble there, and Colin sends it over. Jack was out running agility drills in that one. Allison sets this thing up for Max, and it's going to fall out of bounds after his kill attempt. Max slams the ground in frustration on that one. He did well to get to the ball, but he did not do so well with keeping it in bounds. It's a 6-point game and 4 points from victory for the Sandy Nanners here. This serve is going to fly over for Gavin. Jack gets the second touch, and Colin gets the third. Malik is going to send this thing out of bounds. Oh, he had a free tip on that one. The Sandy Nanners get lucky that Malik did not do what Malik does best and kill that thing down with pace into the opposite side of the sand here. It's 22-15. Colin is up to serve here. Does he pull out the jump serves once again? Yes, he does. He sends this thing over to Adam. Adam does well to get there. And Ava just gets simply out-heighted. I don't know if that's the thing I can say, but she was out-heighted. Great English there at the net by Max on that one. And it is now a 2-point from victory game here. All but secured for the Sandy Nanners here. The serve from Colin will once again fly over to Adam. Porter has a chance here, and Max gets a rough touch on that one, sending that thing, splitting the difference between Jada, Jack, and Gavin there. Jack caught going the opposite direction, not able to shift his weight quick enough to get back to that ball. 23-16 is the score in this one here. A comeback is not out of the question here. We've seen the runs these two teams can go on as Jack manages to get to that one and sends it up for Max. Malik Porter does well to keep that thing alive. Mason sends it over. Gavin is there and equal to it. It will fly over. Ava does well to get to that one. Gets set up for Max. We got to calm it down here. There it is. Ava sets the thing up for Malik, who gets it over Max, and Jack's touch is not good enough to set up any of his teammates there. 23-17 is the score in this one. The Malik team playing as if their week is on the line here, and it most certainly is. A great rally, volley, whatever you want to call it, by them to keep that point alive and win it. It's 23-17. Colin does well to send that thing over. Ava goes out to Malik, and this one doesn't have a chance to kill it. Gavin calls that ball away. Jack sets this thing up for Max, and Max kills it there. It's a 1-point game from victory here to seal the week for the Sandy Nanners here. This is big. Allison is up to serve here. We said in game 2, if there's ever a time to land a serve up over the net, that was the time. I take it back. This is the time right here, as that serve is going to fall short again from Allison. 24-18 is the score in this one, as Malik's pass goes out. We're not going to comment on that, as Ava is up to serve. We've seen the damage that the Malik team can do when Ava is up to serve here. The Sandy Nanners have to be more than equal to it this time around here, with the game on the line, with the week on the line. Allison does well. Max sends that thing straight over to Mason. Mason to Adam. Adam goes for the kill attempt. Colin is equal to it. Porter does well to get there. Libero Porter, who cares if he's the tallest guy? He's been playing out of his mind at the lib position today. This one's going to get set up by Porter for Adam. Blocked by Max. Is kept alive by Adam. Max once again at the net. Allison's going to set this thing up for Max. Max goes far side to Gavin. Gavin sends it high. Ava calms the play down. Blake sends this thing over. Jack sets it up for Gavin. Jack's making a run far side, and Gavin misses the pass on that one. 24-18 now. 19, pardon me. The scoreboard took a little bit longer to update. Let's hear what the mic'd up has to say on this one.
Beautiful. Easy. Good. Over, over, over. Yes, Jada. Hey, Gavin, back row's looking wide open if you get it. Oh my God.
Set me, set me.
Easy, you. Nice, sir. Back up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I know what you're trying to do.
Interesting to hear the player's perspective there on that one. You can hear the tension. You can feel the tension with just the heartbeat as Gavin gets a touch and Jack does not keep it alive. He goes for another kick attempt like we saw back in week 3, but he doesn't land it this time. 24-20. Oh, this game could go any which way here. Who cares if the Sandy Nanners are 1 point from winning? The Malik team is on the run of their life in this one here from Ava's serves, and they need to be on the run of their lives here to keep this point streak going here. They need to score as many points as they can. They need to not let up a single point here to win the game, and they're playing like it. They're playing like they know it. This one gets calmly set for Gavin. Max has to send this thing over. He does. Porter to Adam. Adam gonna go straight over to it, and Jack's not able to get there. It's 24-21. 3 points is the difference here. I believe now is a very appropriate time to mention that this is a win by 2 scenario here. You have to win by 2 points here. So if the teams get to 24, the game will go up to 26. This one's going to fly over to Allison. Allison does really well to get there. Jada sets it up for Max. Max with the runner, and it will land. The Sandy Nanners claim game 3. They win the week in this one with a 25-21 victory there. Oh, what a well-fought last few points there from the Malik's team to keep it alive, but they're going to end up losing this one here. What a week. What a week of volleyball from these two teams, putting on an absolute show for everybody live down at Timmers and from their homes watching this in my video, I should say, after the fact. Unfortunately, due to the extended nature of this game, there are no stats to publish for this week just yet. We will get those eventually, but that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's keep up the high-octane volleyball performance in next week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching.